Hey boys and girls, and welcome to a tutorial on backspin. I know I've been really missing or MIA for the longest time, and I thought I'd come back with a tutorial, and maybe at the end of the video I'll start explaining why I've been so busy and my plans for future videos and stuff. So yeah, just stick to the end if you want to find out, or you can just stay around this area of the video to learn backspin. So to begin, backspin, a lot of people think is needed to learn windmill, but it's really not, because I mean, you could backspin all day, but then turning over to actually stab again and then continue the windmill is a totally different feeling than just doing backspin over and over again. So don't think you need to learn backspin for this, but it's somewhat helpful to help you with the opening of the backspin. When I mean the opening of the backspin helps you for windmill, I mean the fact that you'll learn to get in this position to help you start turning over. But a lot of people get carried away with learning the backspin at that part, that they just concentrate on the backspin too much and forget about that they actually need to turn over and actually start putting effort into stabbing to continue the windmill. So, the first step to the backspin is really, if you guys haven't started learning the windmill, then I'll just start from the beginning. You gotta be in the stabbing position for the windmill, and which is, you know, you have your abs right here, and then that sweet spot pocket that I'm sure you guys have found by now, unless if this is the first video they're watching, then it's your abdomen, and there's a pocket on your right side of your abs or the left side of your abs, depending on which hand you stab with. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to start spinning clockwise. If you go counterclockwise, you can stab with your left hand. So my right hand is going to be in the sweet spot right here. You'll find eventually it takes some trial and error. You're going to stab. And then from here, you're going to have your legs spread. And what the motion of the backspin is you're going to go up. You could go on your head, and you swing your dominant leg, depending on what hand you're on. So if you're on your right arm, you're going to swing your right leg. And when you swing your right leg, you're going to make sure it swings, it goes high and it swoops. So what I mean by swing high and swoop is when you're in this position, you're going to go a little bit back, you're going to go put your head on the ground. You don't have to put your head on the ground, but you're going to go high, then low. So you bring your leg up high and you swing it low, and that starts you off with the momentum to keep you spinning. It's important when you do start spinning that you keep your legs spread and you close them, or let's start with you keep them spread. If you keep them spread, it gives you a good, nice center of gravity and allows you to balance a lot easier, as opposed to maybe crunching your legs like this or like this. And it'll make more sense as the video goes on of why you do this and not, why you do this and not you spin like this in the beginning. So what we learned so far is stabbing the sweet spot here, and then you cock back, put your head on the ground. That's optional. You could just keep it low, but as a beginner, it might be easier to put your head on the ground a little bit. So you put it here, put it high, swing low, keep your legs spread. It's also important to make sure that your hips are off the ground, meaning you're not spinning like this, right? You're not doing this, you're doing this. You see how my butt is not on the floor, it's up. When you do that, you put less surface on the ground with your back. There's less surface area on your back, so there's less drag, allowing you to spin more. So we learned sweet spot, cock back a little bit, put your head on the ground, swing low, and then high. That gets you spinning. And when you start spinning, you want to put your hips up. That's less drag. That lets you spin more. Now the last step is to go from here. And when you get on your back, and you keep your legs spread, you're going to eventually close them in. That gives you momentum to spin more, meaning you go out, spread your legs,
and you close them.
And then that spin, or I mean that closing of the legs, really lets you just get the momentum and really start spinning. I might not be as fast as like the big boys in Korea or whatever, but I think I'm okay. One last example, I'm gonna do everything step by step. You're gonna step in your sweet spot, cock back, then put your head on the floor, and then swing.
And then close in.
Whoa. And so you gotta make sure, again, it's really important to keep your hips up, because if you don't keep your hips up, then really there's a big difference on how much you're able to spin. Like, here's an example with my hips down. And then here's an example with my hips up. Whew. Like, honestly, it's been a while since I've even done this. So like, it's just so much more momentum, keeping your hips up, that sometimes I can't even handle it, but yeah. So that basically concludes the backspin tutorial. I know this one's relatively short compared to my other tutorials, but this move is pretty like self-explanatory, a lot of self-trial and error. Again, don't give up, keep on practicing. And yeah, so if you want to just like, the tutorial's over, and if you want to stay and hear me out on why I've been so busy, then you can stay. But yeah, for this last minute, I'm gonna say that I've been MIA because I've been busy with classes, with school, and I haven't really been breakdancing as much as I would like to. But when I do, I still have fun with it. I don't know, being in college just really, it's really like, it takes up a lot of your social life. And what I mean by that is like, it's a good thing, but you really like start like liking hanging out with people more than say like going to the gym to like dance or something. Like, I'd rather maybe like hang out with friends than go out to the gym and dance by myself or whatever. I know this is a lot due to the fact that I don't have a close-knit set of friends that dance, and that's really like my choice, because I really danced a lot during high school, and I thought like maybe I'll tone it down in college. But really, like, making this video and coming up with ideas for future videos has really like given me it sounds a little cheesy, but like the inspiration to like make more. So you'll see a few more coming out. I don't know exactly when they'll be out, but they will. And yeah, so hope you like this video, and deuces! Ooh. Yep.